this is SketchUp web. Okay, so I think I decided to change to SketchUp web. That would be easier for everyone, because definitely everyone can use this. So what you need to do is you need to basically go to this website over here, and then almost all PCs and laptop can use this SketchUp web, and basically you can actually do all the thing that you need to do to complete your assignment using SketchUp web. Okay, so once you get into the website and then open this SketchUp web, the first thing you need to do is you need to change the unit. Alright, so you just go to this three bars, and then app setting, and then change this to decimal millimeters. Right, it will start with architecture feet and inches. Right, so make sure that once you open it, you change it into decimal and millimeters, and then close it. And it's important that you open a new file before you proceed. By doing that, is actually change it into millimeters. To make sure that it's actually changed, just make a square, and then just use this dimension and make sure that it's actually millimeters. Okay, right, if you can't find any this dimension, you just have to click here, and then you can find it here. So it's actually a whole bunch of function once you click three dots. Right, so first thing first, what we need to do is we need to bring your plan from ID2, right, the floor plan. So to do that, we need to import the JPEG file into these SketchUp apps. Alright, so it needs to be JPEG because SketchUp apps does not allow you to import PDF or any kind of format. So you have to change your PDF into JPEG as well beforehand. Right, I will provide the JPEG format for the floor plan later on. Okay, so let's just import that first. So that's click on my device, and just click on my device, and that's the floor plan file. Right, so just click open, and then image, and it will automatically import the things, the drawing. So just you just click one time, and then you'll have this, and you just click anywhere first, so that the image is transferred or import into your file, and then you can actually see that. Right, what we want to do is we want to trace this wall, right, according to this image. Okay, it's easier to just draw the whole dimension first. So it's 7750 by 22367. Alright, so just make a square next to it, and just type the dimension that we just read just now, to make sure that it is the right size. Right, so it's 7750 by 22367. Right, so just type the dimension, and then you just press enter, and then you have the right size of the square or the overall floor plan. Right, so just move it to the side. Okay, so that you have your floor plan there. So what I did just now is just click the whole thing. So in order for you to click the whole thing, you can just click it 3 times. Like 1 time you click the plane, if it's 2 times you click the planes and the line, because it's just 2D, so you just have to click it 2 times. But if you have in the form of 3D, right, you have to click it 3 times to basically click the whole thing. All right. So this is the right size of the floor plan, right? So what we need to do is we need to move it to this position so that it's easier for us to scale it up. Let's see, where's the scale function. Yep, this is a scale function. Scale up until you get to the right size. Right, it doesn't have to be precise, but at least it is somehow the same size. Right. Alright, that's pretty much the same. Okay, so if you can move it to here, then you know that it's actually right, quite the same. Okay, just a little bit more to match the real size. It's not going to be easy. I mean, it's not going to be precisely like the size, but more or less is actually the same, right? So that should be okay. So we can move it to the side, because if you put it on top of it, you can't see the image. So move it to the side so that you can work, so that we can work with it, right? Okay, so this is the floor that we work on, right? So what SketchUp works is, how SketchUp works is that you click the function, and then you actually have that functions going on. But once you finish it, you can just click spacebar, and it's actually go back to the select function. All right. So that's why I've been pressing spacebar. If you see, you know, at the screen, this multiple times I sort of pressing spacebar. Okay. Next, what we want to do is we want to create the walls. So first of all, we need to create the floor first. So at the moment, this is like a flat 2D. I want to create the floor, just have a little bit of thickness for the floor. So what we want to do is just has a push and pull function, and then just push up the floor maybe 100 mm. Right, so this is my floor, and it's important that you make a component out of the floor. So this is a floor, triple click, and then you select the whole thing, right click on it, and then you change it into component. Okay, and then just click OK, and it will turn the whole thing into a component. Means that this is a block now, right? It is not just a plane, a lines, like a separate things. So for you to be able to edit your floor, you have to double click on it, and then it will make it enable for you to basically what do you call it, edit the whole things, edit your floor. You know, like for example, you can draw square, and then you can push it, and it will be part of the component. If you go out, then it will works like that. Right, if you just draw it outside without going into a component, it will not become a part of the component. It will be different, right? So it will not be part of the floor component. So it makes it easy. It makes it easier for you to differentiate your floor, your walls, and your ceiling afterwards. All right. So make sure you convert your floor and your walls into a component, a different component, so that it's easy for you to edit it later on. Okay. So we can just undo that. All right. So this is your floor. and I want to create my walls. So what I want to do is just create another square on top of my floor. Okay, so right now I have another plane on top of my floor, right? If I move it, so that's what's happening. So I was basically drawing a plane on top of my floor, so you can't see it clear because it's directly on top of it. Okay, so we want to use this we call it offset function. I think we have it here in the three dots section. So this is the offset section. It makes it easier for you to build the wall. Okay, so just deselect it first, right? And then create and then click the offset button, and then you go to the plane, and you can see that it started to highlight the plane. And yes, so you can just click on it, and then you can create a wall. And if you let out or let go of your click, right, and then you can just type 100 mm, for example, they will become 100 mm for the walls. Okay, and so what happened right now is that you have a plane with the inside, right, with the inside, and then with the outside as well as a wall. So I don't want the inside part, so I can just click on it and I delete it. So right now we only have this particular area that's actually existing. So if we use this push and pull function, so you can't push and pull in the middle because there's nothing there, it's just your floor, but your wall is here, right? So you just click on it, and then you just create a wall. Goes up maybe 3.5 meter. That means 3500, sorry, 35,000. No, it's actually 3500. So that's 3.5 meters goes up. All right, so you have your walls right now, and you have your floor. You don't have your ceiling just yet. Okay, so like I said before, always turn it into a component. So triple click on it, and then turn into components, and you have your wall, and you have your floor. So right now I want to create my ceiling. Okay, so again, just create another square, started from endpoint to another endpoint over here, and then you have another plane on top of it. Push it up 100 mm, and then triple click, make a component. So right now you have your walls, you have your ceiling and you have your floor. Okay, the next function that we want to do is what we call tagging. Right, it makes things easier for you to edit the whole thing afterwards. Okay, tagging is here, right? So click on it and then create tag. So we want to tag our floor. Okay, click on the floor here, and you can directly apply floor onto your floor component, right? So right now, once you click, and then your floor will be tagged under floor. If you want to make sure that it is already being tagged as a floor, right, as tag as a floor over here, right? So you can click to entity info, and then click on your floor, and then you can see that this is the name of your component, current tag floor. Okay, if you click on your wall, it will appear untagged because you haven't tagged your wall yet. If you click on ceiling, it will appear as untagged. So next, what we want to do is we want to create another tag for the wall. So we can create tag and write walls. So this tag is basically for walls. So right now we just click on it, and then you just click on your wall, right? and that will make your wall as a wall, you know, like it stack your wall as a wall, right? So right now we have wall as wall, floor as floor, right? The reason why we do this is that we can disable floor and wall when we work on it, right? For example, right now we can't work on the floor because we have the wall, so you can just disable the wall, you can work on your floor, right? The ceiling is probably the best, the one that's important for us to disable and enable it, right? For example, so right now we're gonna do the ceiling, right? Ceiling, okay, so, and then just tag your ceiling. Oh sorry, this is the wall. Create ceiling. All right, ceiling. Okay, cool. So just to make sure it's being tagged, so that's ceiling, right? So if we disable ceilings, then we can work on everything else, right? But the ceiling is still there. It's not like we deleted it. If we want it back, we can have it back, right? So this is just the basic. I think it is more important that you do the tagging, or you separate the wall into 4 separate wall, right? Perhaps we can actually do that right now. Okay, so we already make this as a component, right? So what we can do is that we can explode it, and that becomes a different set of walls. It's no longer a component. So once you explode it, it's not a component anymore. It still exists as wall when it comes to the tagging. Okay, right? So right now what we want to do is that we want to make it into a different wall. So we can just create a lines over here. See if we can like make a component out of it. Okay, now I don't think we can actually separate the 4 walls and make it into a different component straight away. So what we want to do is that we want to multiply them into 4 pieces, right? So the fastest way to multiply is to select the whole thing and then press M, which is move, right? So you move it. While moving it, while you are able to move it, you just press Control. That will makes it multiply, right? And then just click again. So we want 4 pieces of wall. So you can type X and then type the number 4, and then you will have 4 multiple, and then press Enter, then you're gonna multiply it by 4. Okay, but we don't need it 4, we just need it 3. Sorry, we just need to multiply it by 3 so that we have 4. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is that I'm just gonna erase each of the wall, just push it back to the floor, and it will be erased, right? So this is the back wall. Oh sorry, this is the back wall, and over here is the side wall, and this one is another side wall, and this one is the front door, right? Okay, so we can erase this. We can erase this. Okay, erase this. This we need to erase it carefully so that we do not erase our floor, or we can just disable the floor first, and then it'll make things a lot easier. Okay, so now we just turn every wall into a component, make component, okay, and then this one make component, okay, and then this one also make component, okay, and then this one also make component, okay. All right, so we have wall as our tag. We can delete that. Okay, delete tag entity. What would you like to do with this entity? Assign another tag. So we don't want to delete the entities, which is the wall that we just tagged, so we just want to delete the tag, right? So assign another tag to untag, basically just, you know, disable or just remove any tag that we have on the entity. So just create just click that one. So we need to disable our, we need to enable our floor again, okay, so that we can move this wall back into its place, right? So click on it first and then press M for move, then we move here, and then this one we move back into here, and this one we move back into its position here. Make sure that you move it into the right position. Right now we want to create a tag for all of these different wall, such as so this is front door, or you know, just front wall. Another one is right side, or right wall, I guess, right? And then left wall and the back wall. Cool, right? So now we tag every one of them, right? Just click it there. So back wall, tag it, and then front door, this one, left wall will be this one, and right wall will be this one, right? So just check, you just click on the component. So that's right wall, so this one's left wall, so this one is back wall. Okay, so the tagging is really important because it allows you to focus on which wall that you want to design or you want to work on. So right now you can't have your ceiling enabled because you can't work on anything, so you just disable your ceiling, and then you want to work somewhere. For example, you know, you have your toilet over here, right, and then you want to work on your toilet. Obviously you will not need the front wall, so you can disable the front door, and you can also disable this I think it's left walls, and that will give you a view for these parts. You know, should you have this wall enabled, right, it will be in your ways, right? You can't actually do anything there. So that's why the function of tagging is really important in this case. Okay, so next perhaps we want to work a little bit on the inside. Okay, so for example, this is your kitchen, this is your toilet. So I don't want a toilet in my retail store, so perhaps I want a little bit of cashier over here, right? So let's build a cashier, right? So probably, so that's 1 meter by 3 meter, I would say. Okay, so you can always see the dimension at here, right? So I don't want it to be that precise. I guess the height can be around 1 meter as well. Okay, so this is the stand, I would say, right? So I want to make it component as well. Okay, and what I want is just I guess a tabletop, right? So another tabletop. Oh, sorry, before that I want to offset it a little bit. hold on. Did I just, yeah, I undo the whole thing and then I lost my plane. Offset it just slightly outside, okay, and push it I guess 50 mm, and then I want to push in the middle as well, right? So I got that kind of sort of like a tabletop. Next I want to erase the inside of it so that I just have one piece of it. Okay, if you notice this small dot is actually the vertical lines that exist before you erase that line, the offset lines, right? So I want to change that into a component as well. Cool. Okay, so that's the cashier, I guess. I do want to have a little bit of louvers at the front of the cashier. Not louvers, means like a bit of decoration. Alright, so just push it to the top. I think this is too thick, right? Okay, just triple click it, change to a component as well, right? Okay, so I want to duplicate this to make like a pattern, like a wooden pattern in front of my cashier. Okay, so what I do is just move it and then press Ctrl, and it will automatically duplicate the thing, and then click it one time, but because I want it to be multiple all the way across this, so I'll just type X and then maybe 20, I guess, so it will duplicate the thing 20 times. Yep, and then it will once you press enter, it will have that. Now obviously 20 is not enough to get it all the way, so just I would just undo it and then just move it again, right? And this time perhaps do a little bit of distance and make it more than 20. I think 30 will be enough. Yep, yes. So this this part I could just delete it because it's more than what I need, and maybe just move this. So to make sure that you move in a straight line, make sure that you snap into the red line, and then press you can press shift, press down, hold shift, so that it's actually move in a straight line there. Okay, so there you have it, acacia. Perhaps just a simple box, sorry, for the cashier machine, right? Draw a line here and just push and pull to create that, right? I don't know, like just a bit more detail, push it above it. This, I guess this is the screen thingy. I'm just trying to make the screen things offset the thing, right? And then with the push and pull function, you can actually do a lot of things, right? You can just try to experiment with the things. But yeah, then that's the screen. Just a basic form for your SketchUp model. Alright, okay, cool. Yep, that's the cashier over here. And then you can so for this particular view, right, obviously you need your ceiling, right? So I want to enable my ceiling. So we don't want front door on or left wall, because it will be it's not included in our view right here. Okay, what if I want to edit a little bit on the ceiling, right? So it's hard to edit the ceiling because it's actually it's actually, the position is actually on top, so it's really hard for you to edit this thing. So what you can do is that you can copy the ceiling, right? Move it and then control copy it to the side, okay, and then rotate the thing. This is orbit. I think rotation is inside here. Where's the rotate function? If you count, this is actually here. Alright, this is the rotate function. So you rotate your ceiling upside down, right? And that means you can actually edit your ceiling over here. So once you change something into a component and then you multiply that component, if you edit one of the pieces, it will edit the whole thing. For example, if I can push this up, you see it changes. So this is the same component right now. So if you change one of the component, it will change everything. So they are identical. All right, if you want to break the if you don't want it to be identical, you need to left click it, you need to right click on it, and you need to make it unique, like make unique, right? Once you make unique, then it will not affect the rest of it. It will be unique, it will not be identical. But I don't want it to be unique, I want still make it identical so that it is easy for me to edit my ceiling. So I can just edit it here, my ceilings. So perhaps I want it to be a bit of like a little bit of design. So just make it offset the things, and then perhaps push it a little bit here, and then have another offset. So perhaps I can have some form of lighting design, at this point. Push this part. Okay, so if I can have sort of like a lighting underneath this, so that's probably just a simple design for the ceiling. So if you check out this part, see, it's actually following the design that you already did, right? It's the same thing with the floor or the walls, right? If you don't want, like you just want to design it like separately, so you can always duplicate your wall and then put it at the side, and you just design it at the side. For example, you're gonna have a little bit of push and pull, like different level on your wall, right? Perhaps you want to create this sort of design, so you can move it and then multiply. Oh, sorry, move it, multiply it. Okay, cool. And perhaps just a little bit of arch, 2-point arch. Oh, what did I do? Okay, 2-point arch, and maybe I can move it. Control, right? So push it. Alright, what I do is that I push one plane, and then I want this to be the same sort of direction, not the same thickness. So I just click on the surface, and then just move my cursor into the surface that I want to follow, and it will follow that surface. Okay, same thing with this one. Yeah, so if you go back to your wall, it's gonna look the same thing. Alright, so this is one of the trick that you can do in SketchUp. Okay, so we have this view, we have the basic form and everything, right? So next what we can do is we can click on this tree bar and export as drawing. Sorry, not export, download as PNG. Okay, so you have that view. You can also download with different view, like specific different view, or pick a scene, right? And then export as PNG. Larger image may take a bit longer to export. It's fine, just export thing. I'll just export it on my desktop. So ID2, right? Save. So that's PNG already export. If you go back, or no, like download PNG. Here's the size of it, right? You can see 1920 pixel. You can actually change this into bigger, right? So the bigger the pixel, the higher resolution is gonna be, right? For example, 3000. See that? So it will change the view as well. Cancel. Let's do that again. Download PNG. You need to make this, you need to click it, like, so that they will it will change together as a as the same ratio, right? See, it will change. If you change it into 600, you double here, it will double here as well, right? So make sure that it is actually linked, so that you have that, what do you call it, the same ratio. Okay, and you export it, export as PNG, and then you will have your picture. So it takes a bit longer because this time I'll make it a little bit bigger. So ID2, this is ID2 bigger, I guess. Alright, cool. So if we go to my desktop, oh, there's a lot of things over here, so we need to look at, yeah, this is our image as PNG, right? So you still have that SketchUp watermark, which is fine. You can actually edit it in Photoshop later on. So the function of we using SketchUp is basically to get that simple 3D form, and then we will export it into your Photoshop, into our Photoshop, and then we will enhance it in the Photoshop as the method of rendering. Alright, so we're not going to rendering using V-Ray or using any plugin, because that's pretty much you will definitely learn that in more digital subject, in your next digital subject. But for this subject, we'll use this as a basic perspective, and we will edit it in Photoshop later on. Okay, so this is the first part of this video. That's basically explained about how to utilize SketchUp to produce a simple perspective, and then with the material, with the colors and everything will be done in Photoshop. Okay, so our next video will be on that, on how to basically produce a rendering using Photoshop. Right, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.